Now these are actually, I turned these into JPEGs, but normally all these lines are, on all these forms are all grayed in. Now this is if they want a QR code particularly put into their ad. You know, they make a request for that to be done, and anyway, that QR code is made, and it'll point in whatever direction that they want it to, and then that's really what the link for the QR code is. If they wanted to go to their Facebook, their website, to a document, to whatever they wish, then of course we can do that instantly and put it in their ad. Here's an actual ad submission form. Very important. Again, it has a volume number and the insertion order number and who the client is, and then whether it's a spec ad, a new customer, pickup from an older volume. And the other thing I want to say, and we'll get into it a little bit more, is that every rep in the field has access to all the past ads instantly. So if a customer says to them, I want to run that ad that I ran in September on such and such, the rep can instantly pull it up on their iPad, show them, is this the ad you're referring to? And they say, yes, but I do need to make a change. Okay, and then they'll make a change. Well, they'll pick up that volume number from that, and of course every rep has everything is by volume, and inside that volume folder is every rep's name, and then again they have access to all the ads that go back. So anyway, they check the...
Okay. Couple of
Sure.
geeky questions.
Sure.
What generates the insertion order number? CT Genius does that, right? I mean,
yeah, we actually generate that, because...
So the rep doesn't come up with that in the field, does he?
No.
Okay.
No. They know the volume number that they're working on because, of course, that's what you're talking about.
But not the IO number.
No, the IO number is put in by your accounting system.
Okay.
And then, of course, down at the bottom, if there's any disclaimers and then any special instructions. And then, of course, this is flattened and sent to the art department. So, once you put in those original email addresses to the accounting department, the art department, or whoever, it's going to always come up. Just like it does when you do an email now, it'll actually be in your contacts. So it's not like you have to type it every single time.
So this form is the interface with the art department to say to make changes on an existing ad.
Correct, or even a new ad, or even a spec ad. So anything that you want. And then, of course, we put the little disclaimers down there just to make it easy for the rep, so that way they don't have to type. But any special instructions, of course, they would have to put 1, and then whatever it is, 2, and then number 3 or 4, whatever the item is. They're making changes. Also, it says follow the layout exact or use creative license. The creative license is for the art department to really come up with something really snazzy. So, anyway, that's the ad. And here's a kill request. This is if they're in the field and the customer says, kill my ad. This is important that it gets in the system right away. And anyway, this is, again, everything is highlighted in gray, so they can go ahead and fill that in. Here's a check by phone. Sometimes they'll, be in the field. The customer will call them on the cell phone and say, hey, I'm going to do a check by phone. They'll fill this in and actually send it in the accounting department, or they'll put in the information on there. And then, of course, they authorize it. They sign it. They print at the bottom to go ahead and do a check by phone. This is, again, allows, we have the accounting department that there's certain accounts that they know on certain days that they actually call them. And without this authorization, that they won't call them, the accounting department won't. So this authorized the art department to call them, let's say the first of every month or every 2 weeks or, whatever, however this customer wants to do. This authorizes them to call them and to do a check by phone with them. Same thing with credit cards, same way. Here's credit card authorization form, basically the same thing, that they're authorizing them to charge the credit card. And we have some accounts that they strictly pay by credit card. It's easier for them. They get a statement from the credit card company, so it works out really, really great for them.
And they get their points. I don't know why anybody wouldn't pay with their credit card.
Yeah, I had a printing customer, a commercial printing customer, and he paid me that way. And I was saying, which cost me like 3 or 4 points, but I said to him, why do you do it that way? And he says, man, I get all kinds of cruises, and trips, and airline points. And I mean, it's fabulous. And one person I ran into, she has one of these cruise line cards, and she uses that, and she's getting racking up all kinds of cruises. So she's thrilled to death about it. So more and more people is going to do that. Plus, if you're not a company that gives terms, like some
Mm-hmm.
people, payment with things, so put it on your card. You get another 30 days. So, they're actually getting a 30-day billing system by using their own card. And if that works out better for them, then go for it. So,
And if the bank's not going to give them credit, there's no reason you should.
right, that's right. They don't have line for credit at the bank, only take your
Yeah.
money. This is a lead tracking sheet. Whenever we get a lead, whether it be a call in or whether it be in the field or whatever, this is filled out. This information gets put into the system. We also use Salesforce, which is, a customer tracking system. Um, and this gets put into the system underneath that sales rep. So that way we know they're working on it. It's also a great way to keep people from falling through the cracks. Well, I talked to so-and-so to come out and see me, and he never did. This eliminates that.
Okay, now where does this form originate? With the inside sales team, or
Actually, on all levels. If you're a rep and you're even in a different territory than the lead is coming from, they may run to them and say, "Hey, I need to see you." And you say, "Well, where are you at?" "Oh, I'm in such and such area." "Okay, well, that's Dave's territory. Let me fill out a lead sheet real quick, and I'll turn it into him, and he'll follow up with you immediately." Also, it's done inside. If somebody calls in, says, "Hey, I want somebody to come and see me," and also, of course, we have appointment setters too. That if the reps get a lead, then they can turn that lead tracking into, once they put it in, they'll put it into the Salesforce, but they'll go ahead and set up a time and an appointment for the sales rep to go in and see.
okay, just to make sure, uh, you've got okay. Let's assume lady at the front desk gets a call from some place. She knows the sales rep in the territory. She generates this form and transmits it to him through
Correct.
Salesforce.com.
Correct.
Got it.
Yep, that's correct. This is filler and remnant cell. We don't use it all that often, but if you have some extra spaces in a thing, you know, uh, this is for a price override. Of course, it has to be signed by the manager and the accounting department. If somebody wants to, you got an extra page, and the guy says, "Hey, I'll take it," for a good price. They may give them a special price for someone to get off the price sheet. It has to be authorized. Got two of those in there. Okay. This is a flash report. You've seen these before, Bob. These are flash reports that we use, and of course, it's filled out. These are, if I'm at home at night as a sales rep, and I know my flash report is due in the next day or so, I can, instead of taking time out in the office or time out in my car on the road, I can sit at home and get this filled in, flatten it, and send it in to the sales manager. I don't have to take up valuable time um, to do that. So that works out good. Here's a credit card payment authorization form. I think we sort of talked about this before. I showed you the thing, so we don't really need to go over that anymore. This is an insertion order override form that's used. But the point is what I wanted to show you mainly is that uh, all of these forms, here's a website lead page that the sales rep uses if they're out and about. They find somebody that wants a website or social media that they fill this out. It's turned into the person who handles the website and social media. He actually goes in with an actual style guide and goes in and finds out actually what they're looking for. But this is, again, a lead sheet. And it's not for website, Facebook, Twitter, or any other thing. But the reason I'm showing you these forms primarily to show you that you're just not limited to a couple of forms. You can do everything. This is Text Savers. We have the mobile applications that the codes are in the ads, and if somebody wants to get text messages from that business when they're having specials, they can sign up for it. Call Source is the same thing, where we track the numbers in their ad. Very similar, Bob, to Who's Calling. You may be familiar
Yeah,
with
yeah. That's I heard it
same
mentioned the other day.
same type of company, It actually gives us a recording of the phone calls so we can actually listen to them. And it's a great training tool for the businesses itself. Once they go on this, we used to do it with all the car guys because they always lied to us on how many people came in. This way we actually know anymore. So it's a lot better. And then, of course, this was the insertion order training that we actually did. What I wanted to show out on this is I got a contact named Alex, but I don't know what his last name is. I don't have his email. I don't have his cell number or his fax machine or anything. So it was a little bit bad, but you see how they used to fill it out with volume 264, 265, 266, 267.
Yeah.
Again, all those are automatically populated for them once they put in the
in that PDF program.
In the PDF program. Yeah. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you on this insertion, and this is the reason I brought it up, is I didn't have the type of business. Now, we added that to the form. We told the people to put it on there, whether they're home improvement, whether they're, medical, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. So we don't know. We don't even know what this guy. Well, we assume he's a county line grill, so we assume he's a restaurant. Mm-hmm. The other thing that I noticed, if you look at Alex at the top, and there's a Michael that signed the order at the bottom. What's the deal? We don't know. And, of course, no cell phone, no email, and then, of course, Alex, and then Michael. And, of course, there was no fax machine. The other thing on this insertion order, nothing was checked as far as was there a check, was there a credit card, or was first payment due with the insertion agreement, and how much it was. We had no idea. So, some guys will go ahead and pay. In this case, it was $149. They might pay for 2 weeks ahead of time. They might pay for 4 months. For the whole month, or they may pay for, for the entire investment. What's interesting is one of the Yellow Pages guys that worked there. Guess what? He collects it all up front, every single nickel.
He doesn't know not to ask for it.
He doesn't know because he was an old Yellow Page salesperson, and he collects money like you would not believe, and it's not a problem for him. It's just the way he works. And again, the first payment due, but none of that was filled out on this insertion order. So we did pick on this one sales rep pretty bad. Here's the way your screen looks.
Well, going back to it, just a couple of questions for my thing. Okay, first of all, you didn't even hit on his damn handwriting.
No.
Yeah,
no.
That's the one thing. Okay, now question. Mm-hmm. Let's assume County Line Grill has been a customer for the last 15 years. Mm-hmm. Okay, do you have 15 years of this with every one of those forms filled out, or if you know that's in the thing, do they have carte blanche to say, okay, we already got his email. I've already got that.
Well, in most cases, yeah, they would have to fill this out. These are basically, insertion agreements or advertising agreements. So yeah, they would have to.
No, but I'm talking about the metadata, so to speak, of type of business and all that. Even if they've been with you for 10 years, you still haven't filled that out?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because some businesses, as you know, they've gone into different lines. Like, on one side of the thing, they're doing canoe trips, and on the other side, they're doing